Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Frank, as always, and you join me here on the Dairyman's Diary. Today, we're heading out in the combine. We're not going to get anything started just yet. We're not there. We're probably only a couple of weeks out, but we're moving the combine up to Farm 2 because that's where we're going to need it first. That's the only winter ground that we have at the moment. Get around that corner header trailer there. Nicely done. So we're going to get the combine out of the way from Farm 1 because I need to put a few other things in for service. So as you can see down here, the spring crops are some way away. But yeah, we've got a couple of fields of winter barley, which will get done up at the top end. So yeah, I thought we'd move this up. And then a lot of people have been asking recently for a bit of a machinery tour to see what's been going on with the farm. So we're going to give you a bit of a tour there. We're going to give you a bit of an update as well as a few things that have changed recently that I want to keep you all abreast of. So we'll do that. Now with the combine on here, we'll go to the right here. A little bit easier on the main road. Yeah, this is going to be the first time with our combine this season. It's all ready to go. We just need to wait. The winter barley's probably, it's probably about 2 weeks away at this moment, if not a little bit more. But yeah, I just want to be ready to go for when that is the case. Our first cut silage is all in the books. Some fields worked out very well, some not so well. So we are going to need to rely on quite a good, strong second cut. But we can do that, and there's a few things that we've done to help us with that, which we're going to run down and show you in just a little while. Which will, kind of really help us out in terms of the volume that of silage that we'll be bringing in there. So that's fantastic. But yeah, the weather's been great. We're in some great growing weather once again, which is awesome to see. The spring crops have really kicked on recently. They got a lot more height to them there now. Really starting to look a little bit better for themselves, which I'm happy about. And we'll keep checking in on those, and we'll probably do a crop walk in the next week or two with them as well, just to see, make sure there's nothing else that we need to be aware of with them, and make sure we can keep on top of them all. But yeah, sold off of the beef cattle for a very good price there. You saw that last episode, and they're looking very good. And now it's all about just kind of getting ourselves ready, get some grass growing again, so we can get some more second cut silage, get some hay off as well, because we're going to need a fair bit of hay. Especially when I keep having this idea of getting some more sheep, or getting some sheep back into the farm in practice. So if we do that, we're going to need to have something to feed them all with. Which is, I can't believe I'm actually looking at sheep again, but here we are. We may well get that done. Okay, we're just going to come on in, swing into the new yard there. New yard is settling in very nicely with the new shed. Really do like that an awful lot now. For those of you who didn't see it there, we have, over the last few weeks, been a bit of a change around with the farmyard up here. And yeah, there's one of our crops. This isn't quite ready, like I say, but again, shouldn't be too far away. And as we come on in here, we're just going to swing this into one of the lean-to bits where eventually, and hopefully, we'll be able to fill full with bales. But that's the end goal at least. Okay. So what I think we'll probably do is just put the nose into the silage pit for now, stick the header trailer into this lean-to here. That'll be a good place to start. So yeah, we had to change our wrap halfway through. We ran out of white wraps. I've got a few bales left here with pink wrap, and got a little bit of pink wrap left to go with, but that's all good as long as it wraps up. I'm curious to see if it makes any difference in terms of the quality, or distracts the crows from it at all, because that's a big issue with wrapped silage bales. Crows love a bit of it. We'll have to see. Now I measured this out, and it was about right in terms of a fit, and I think we've just proven that to be the case there. Let's turn off all my lights. Okay, we'll park that there for now. My word, look at that. It's in. It's just about in, but good heavens. We will be coming back to that in a few weeks. I just wanted it out of the way so it wasn't going to cause any more problems. And yeah, we're gonna have a bit of a look around. So the cattle are all looking very good up here as well. Very happy with their progress. Just gonna keep those ticking along. But a few folks out there, like I mentioned, have requested recently we have a little bit of a machine tour. So we're gonna keep you up to date with everything we've got and any plans that we have in the future. So we're gonna take the little gator out to do so, and then we'll spin around. There's not too many bits of kit up here, but what there is, we'll have a quick look at, and then we'll head on down to the farm 1. Have a look down there and have a look at some of the changes as well. So let's just jump on in. So obviously in front of us here we'll start the telehandler, the TM320S. This is a pivot steer that's been with us for a while now. and I really do like. We had the Mighty Pouse here for quite a long time. We brought that over from Meadow Grove, which was really, really good for us actually, but it's just to start to lack a little power and weight. So, but we loved the pivot steer idea of it. Myself and anyone who drove it here really did like that, and it really helped, especially when you had the smaller yards, just to be able to kind of navigate around them. So we opted to stay for the same. We went for a bigger model, and there it is, and I think it's been fantastic. Next up, we have our mowers, front and rear fella mowers. Now, we switched over to fella quite a while ago, actually, in Meadow Grove there still, and the results were incredible. Really, really were. Service is fantastic there. We got a rake with them, a tether with them as well. Couldn't ask for more. It's just been very good. Won't be changing those off at any time. I love the fact that the rear mower swings it up and over rather than pivots around to the back to increase the tractor length. So getting into some of my fields is significantly easier. So I really do like that an awful lot. And our latest tractor purchase here was the 6M John Deere. It's the first brand new tractor I've ever bought, and it's been fantastic. It spends an awful lot of its time on the new rubber Evolume mix, which is a fantastic all-in-one really. This is our diet feeder, but we can also spread straw with it as well, which we do. This tractor spends a lot of time going between both farms every day to feed up there. It's a lot easier than having to. We used to have an old Massey, and that 390 would spend a lot of the time dropping off the scraper, picking up the straw chopper, and vice versa, and driving from one yard to the other. It was slow, it was uncomfortable, noisy, wasn't very good. But with the John Deere here, we can put a little scraper under the front loader there, so we don't have to worry about that. And then we can also, it handles and powers the mixer with ease as well there. So very, very nice little tractor, very good setup for us actually. Really do like that an awful lot. And hopefully, as we get into a bit of hay work now and a bit of straw carting as well, that'll get a little bit more work of its own and be able to kind of keep itself moving along here, because I want to be able to get that into the field and do some field work with it. Our combine, obviously, we were just in there. It's a T5. It's new to us this season, the TC590, and we upgraded. We had obviously a disaster in the last season there where we had a TX34 catch on fire, which was not good for anybody's health really, let alone the stress levels or the actual incident itself. But it was time to kind of upgrade anyway, I thought, and we were lucky that we were able to. We found this one eventually. I had half a mind to go into this season with a contractor, but we were able to make something work there, which I'm delighted about, because yeah, it should be a really nice combine. It's increasing our capacity there, it's increasing our size of the header as well, and yeah, it should allow us to get moving forward. When we do continue to look to acquire a little bit more land, which we'll discuss later on there, that will be great for us. It's really going to be able to help us to accommodate that. We've got a telehandler bucket, nothing too special there. We've got one of our Brocken trailers, and we've got an old grain trailer in the background there as well. That's an old Marshall, looks very good, it's in great condition. Nothing too spectacular to report there. And we'll head ourselves back on down. We're running out of straw. That's how much straw we currently have left. So as you can see, it's not a great deal at all. But that's why we've got 2 fields of winter barley here, so we'll get those ones knocked down as soon as we can. There seems to be a fair amount of straw in there as well, actually. So I'm happy about that. Hopefully that will continue as a theme for the spring barley. We've had a bit of rain in the last kind of 2 weeks, which is perfect time really for crops that are growing. You know, really for the spring crops there, it does really give them that kick to get through to tier 3. For any of the winter drilled crops there, it's the stage where the grain heads are starting to fill out now. So that rain's perfect just to really kick them on. We've got a lot of sun with it as well to really help those thrive. So hopefully that should yield very well in a couple of weeks' time and should give us a great platform. But we'll have to wait and see, of course. But yeah, looking forward to seeing it. Still not much action from the neighbours there. I don't know what that's going to look like. But around we come anyway. There's rumours that they're going to be doing a bit of forestry in here. I'm not sure how crazy that's going to be. This access road is pretty important to me. I'm up and down here in the 6M at least twice a day. So it's hope they don't block that up or anything. Okie dokie, away we go. It's so handy having Farm 1 and Farm 2 right next to Dordrecht, so that does help out an awful lot. We're going to swing into here. We got a bit of slurry knocked down the other day. So the 2 fields on our left have been done. That's going to leave that as a plan in place for that one. It's not going to involve slurry though, so that has slurry onto there, and then the one on the other side does as well. Spring barley's looking good in there. We're mainly spring barley and winter barley all around there this year, so just to get something into the crop, into the ground really, so we can get some straw. That's always the main focus. I've said that time again, so we'll look to try and ensure that is the case moving forward. And all right, and into the yard we come. So what we'll do is probably just swing this into here, so we can start at the very beginning. Fantastic. Obviously, I'm a Mahindra Gator. Fantastic machine. Love it. Really, really handy and versatile. Our class baler, which has been great up until this season where it had its first little hiccup. The uni wrap here, we had an issue with the bearing on this side auger. We had to completely replace that one, and then also we replaced just the bearing in this side. The auger on the other side had completely warped and twisted, but this side we were okay. We just replaced the bearing out of caution, really. But yeah, for the most part, it handles everything we need really, really well. Can't fault it at all. Over the other side here is our fella tether. Works very well for us. Love it. Absolutely love it. I think it's a great little rig. One of two slurry tankers. This is our Abbey, our 2,200 gallon tanker, this one. This is the one that we use predominantly now for just road transport, because we do have the pipe on there so it can fill up over the hedge. It does have a splash plate on the back should we need it, but that's pretty much what that is for. The AgriPro telehandler. Now this was, this is an incredible machine here. Absolutely love having this. We did have class telehandlers at one point, and then we moved away to JCB because class moved out of the area. And for me, really, a telehandler is a machine that is used the most throughout the course of any given day. And then so we took the opportunity to demo the new AgriPro, and it was fantastic. It was absolutely sensational. So we jumped at it. We took on this one. This was next demo, and it's been brilliant for us. It really, really has been. So like I say, can't fault this enough. Great power, great comfort on the road there as well. Really good hydraulics on here. Absolutely sensational. And we're on the new, we're on different tires this time around. This is like the industrial Michelins, I think it is. And they're, yeah, they're really impressive. Really like them. Now, as you can see, our John Deere 6820 is on the baler. We are just giving this baler a once over, really, because we're going to be using this for hay and then for straw as well. So just making sure it's all looking good, getting it all styled in, ready to go there. On the ever reliable 6820 now, this did, I say ever reliable, about 3 months ago it did have a bit of an issue with a gasket. We replaced that one, and all has been well since then. So it's a cracking tractor. This kind of age John Deere here, if you're in the 20 series, was very, very good, and it's ever reliable. I see no need really with the rest of my tractors to upgrade them anytime soon, because they're faultless for me. They really are. They keep ticking over and never skip a beat, really. So I think that's exactly how we're going to continue with them. I've got some more bale forks there. This farm of mine has a million different bale forks. I've got various different loaders over the years, and fittings and brackets, so all over the place. But speaking of reliable, we've got a 7710 John Deere, which again is just keeps on ticking away. Heaviest tractor that we have, so it does a lot of the ploughing work as well as lugging around this 3,500 litre high spec. This is our main field tanker now. It's huge, and it has a dribble bar on the back, so we can get it into big fields there, and we can just keep running with it. As long as we have something that's going to nurse between and transport, we're good. Moving to the dribble bar was a great move. I really do like it an awful lot. Helping us out there with kind of getting in line with regulations that may or may not come down the line 2025-ish, so we're in a good position with that one already, which is good. A few trailers parked around here on silage bales. We have got a new to us Red Rock. This is going to be our slurry nurse tanker, so we can connect this up to the when we get into big fields, we can connect it up to the high spec over there, and then just have that Abbey tanker fill this up as well. Should work nice and handily. Just a regular big dump trailer, an ORM. That can take quite a whack of muck in there when you get it going, let me tell you. So that typically has to go onto the, if you're doing a lot of road work, we'll stick that onto the 77 purely because it can handle the weight there. Doesn't get thrown around at all. Our second and final Brocken trailer. Obviously, we've been cutting a lot of silage around recently, so that's all in good place. I like to make sure that all my trailers are always serviced up, looking good. They have air brakes on them as well, so we want to make sure that they're all in line and function properly, because otherwise, yeah, that's the last thing you want to have any issues with. And in here, well, we've got a few different bits and pieces. We got our final tractor, the 6630 John Deere. We have 4 John Deeres on the farm these days. This is the final one. This is the, aside from the 6M, this was the last one that we bought. It's been great for us. It really has. Absolutely great little machine there. It's very agile, very quick on the roads. It's fitted with a 50k box, so it does do a lot of transport tasks as well. But we do have a loader for it if we need one. We can stick it on there. It does pull the rake as well. This is I believe we're looking at a 7 meter Kverneland rake here. Not the biggest in the world, but for what we need, it'll do a fine job. So the rollers behind there as well, and then our 5 furrow semi-mountable plow. This is new to us this year. Went for this because it's a little bit wider than a standard 5-foot furrow. We can still pull it with ease on the 77 there. It allows us to get through a little bit more ground, really, which is always what you have to look at. Coming into the shed here, this is our workshop really for the moment. The combine was just pulled out of here, so we've got a little bit more space to kind of shuffle things around. But we've got a 4-meter Amazon combination drill and the trailer in which it is pulled around on. I need to get this. There's a few things I need to replace on this. A few coulters that are worn down there, and a few power harrow blades that are a little bit loose and want to be replaced. But other than that, yeah, it's a great drill to have. You can really get through the ground here. We're just learning what it's like. But to start with, there's a bit of heavy land in there, so you always do need to look at a cultivation or a combination drill when you're looking at that, in my opinion. We got a hedge cutter as well. We're trying to get around all of our own land this time with a hedge cutter. Do all of our own verges as well, so we don't have to get a contractor in for that one. A little bit of seed in the corner for next year. And then in this little lean-to here, we've got our power harrow, 4-meter Kuhn power harrow there. We've got our little subsoiler. Occasionally we just use this ripping through the tram lines, really, nothing else on that one. We've got a Tine harrow or our Einbock as well. We're going to be using that later on because we have some cover crop to drill. So we're going to probably stick it into there, I think. Probably put the 66 onto it. Sprayer as well, which we're also going to need because we need to desiccate some crops off pretty quickly. So there's a lot of work coming up for us, actually. But yeah, we've had that for a while. It made its way over from Meadowgrove. We don't really need anything bigger than that at the moment. To be honest, that's kind of a good enough size and output for us. We are looking to get a lot more maize into the ground though, so it does mean that things like the lemkin here are used pretty frequently. We do rely on having some whole crop or some maize to go into our rationing for the dairy cattle. The John Deere loader, as I mentioned, to fit onto the 6630. We don't use it as much these days, especially because we got the 6M, but it's a nice handy little thing to have. It gets us out of a jam now and again. And this is, well, new to us. We did a big focus piece on this not so long ago about the about zero grazing on our yard, and we've had some great success with this. We use it almost daily. Jump onto a tractor there. There's a field that we have over on the hillside there that we're zero grazing down, and we take almost a full load of grass and it comes straight on in and sticks it straight on into the troughs for the cattle here, and that keeps them going. And it's nice to bring in fresh grass there because they're different, especially on a sunny day. We have some really good sugar levels in the grass. Cattle really love it. They love to just keep chewing through it, and some of the grass quality from there is actually better than what's in the paddock out the back there, so everyone wins in that respect. And so that's pretty much all of the equipment on the farm here for now. We are going to just pop around, go and have a little bit of a look at a few other things. And we have an old classic tractor that is not on the yard at the moment. It's the one that some of you may remember we pulled out of a shed. It's actually I carted it away to a specialist restorer. Just have a look into the pots on the engine. Get a little bit of work in there. Needs to be a little bit of firing out there, so they're going to look into that one. And I'll get it back when it's all done, so I don't need to worry about it, which would be good. And finally, the last thing we're going to have a look at as we come on through our existing land. There was a train coming through in the distance. We've acquired some more land once again, and we're going to have a quick look at what that looks like and entails. There's a local farmer here who has given up some land, so we've taken it on recently, and we're looking at 3 new fields, right nice and close to our existing land, which is always what you want. It's been a real battle recently to try and continue to increase the amount of land and the acreage that we have, but we're making some progress on it now. I'm just going to come up this bumpy old track. So the first field is the one directly on our right here. That one kind of swoops around the back end of our existing field. Now that is a big field of grass, so we'll be looking to get some hay off of that, and maybe even first start with some second cut, but that's something we can work on. And yeah, I think this guy here is probably about, I think this one's about 15, 16 acres, so not the biggest, but it's enough for us. And then you have this little paddock here, which is probably about 6 acres or so, but again, nice, more meadow grass in there, so we're going to get into that one as well and make sure we get that all taken care of. But you can see, nice bit of grass on here as well. It hasn't had any stock grazing there for a while, so it's ready to go. We're going to have to get ourselves cracking on into that one sooner rather than later. And one field we might just wrap this all up and bale it, and then we might try and get some hay out of the next door a little bit as well, just to start that off. You're going to need a fair bit of hay this year, as I mentioned there, so yeah, we'll see how that comes along. And then at the very top of here, bordering onto this field, you can't quite get through here. You gotta go around by the old church there. But we picked up one more arable field as well, which would be good. So that's the field that it's cultivated over at the moment, and it's fished through this hedge line actually. That's the field that we're going to be looking at sticking into a cover crop for now. We'll just like get a broadleaf cover crop on there so we can capture a bit of the sun's energy and fix some nitrogen inside the soil. And then we'll probably look to get some winter barley drilled into that in the coming autumn. So yeah, lots of work to do, lots of different updates. Always busy here. Right now we've still got, although from the outset it doesn't really look like we have a lot of work, there's still plenty to do when you tap under the surface. So yeah, we're going to be busy for a little while here, but no time better to do it really. It's sunny outside, and we've got plenty to crack on with. So I'm going to leave you here for now. I hope you have enjoyed. This has been a brief little tour and an update really. I know a few of you were asking for a machinery tour, so I hope that satisfies the need, and we'll see you all in the next one. So until then, do stay safe folks, enjoy what you're doing as always, and we will see you all in the next one. Catch you later.